Hey everyone, welcome to the Pathway of Pleasure. Today, I want to talk about initiating sex with your partner. A lot of the posts that I've been doing on social media and on my sexy tip for the weekends have had to do with communicating with your partner and also what to do or the reasons why we can be out of sync sexually with our partners. Today, I want to talk about another subject that I think is relevant and extremely important as well, and that is initiating sex. Now, we are in that first few months, that throes of a new relationship, it seems like sex just automatically happens. And we're playful and we're receptive and we're open to the invitations from our partner, and we feel fresh and free to initiate sex ourselves. And then, like all long-term relationships, things start to slow down. And we might not be having as much intimacy as we would like to. Sometimes it's not coming as spontaneous as it had. And then we can sometimes get in our heads about it and maybe into a rut, maybe, shaming ourselves about our lack of initiation or lack of desire, or possibly judging and shaming our partner. So the thing about initiating sex is that it puts us in a very vulnerable position. None of us like to get turned down. It stings, it hurts. However, when we are in these long-term relationships and we allow ourselves to get vulnerable, there are going to be times when we might get shut down or turned down. And we have to be okay with accepting that. And it is our own work, the person's own work, and how they're going to receive an answer that they don't like, the answer that they don't want. Are you going to take it personally, or are you just going to, shrug it off as, well, maybe next time? It all depends upon where you are in your emotional maturity and in your communication with your partner, because how your partner might turn you down, how they present it, has a lot to do with how you might receive it. And that's where the communication, the loving communication, comes in. So going back to initiating sex, it's like having the love languages. People tend to have different ways that they like to have sex initiated to them and how they like to initiate it. And this is where the talk comes with your partner, is talking to them about how do you like to receive this. If I was to initiate sex, how would you like to receive it? And how would that make you feel? And then you discuss how you do, how you want to receive. Some people are very like a love language is service orientated. And I find this especially with young parents, that a woman actually gets turned on, if her spouse, unloads the dishwasher for her, in the morning, so she can, take, care of the baby. Like, service things like that could be a turn on for someone, doing something for someone. Another ways people might receive sexual initiation is through touch, or spending time with. Some people are very playful and want to make jokes about how sex is initiated. What I have found in my studies and my education is different tips on how to make sexual initiation fun, playful, and something doable for couples so it doesn't feel like work. I have heard of couples picking a certain song that, if one of them puts the song on, then a little light bulb goes up on the other person, like, oh, this person is interested in having sex soon. Or sometimes you heard that old thing where they, if you had roommates in college and they put a necktie or something, a ribbon on outside the dorm door, like, you don't come in, don't bother me. So maybe there's signs like that. So maybe placing a crystal somewhere, or maybe getting like a really very sensual statue that you only pull out and maybe put on your nightstand when the urge to have sex. It's kind of like the little beacon, like, here I am. We have a little participant here. And what else could also be used? Sayings, like different phrases. This is especially helpful for parents with children, where they can kind of use code words. And it makes it playful. But what I really want to emphasize, along with the sexual initiation, yes, it's vulnerable. And also, you need to also give your partner time to respond. And the partner needs to take time to check in. Now, a lot of us have it in our heads that, our partner comes up and starts kissing our neck, and, now we have to just have sex right now. I have to be turned on. And, especially with women, it takes us a while sometimes. And our first initial thought or action could be like, no, I'm not in the mood. And you push away. So that's where that communication of sexual initiation, ways you like it, comes into play before all of this. And so therefore the partner getting initiated too knows they have some space to feel into this. Like, is this something I'm open to? And if it's not right now there's a communication, right? There's like, oh, I would love to, and I'd feel more open and receptive and, want to have, this connection with you when I'm totally present. And right now I have something on my mind that I just want to get done. And after that, I would just be so willing and able and wanting to do this with you. So it eases the sting on that person initiating, so they know it's just not about them. It's you are open to this, just not now, but there is a window of opportunity coming, right? And then for the person that is initiating, is, it doesn't have to occur right then and there, right? So giving the space, allowing, maybe you put up that little statue and there's a little note that says tomorrow. So your partner gets to see it and it's like, oh, okay, I see that. And maybe then there's like a little, little note that gets passed and says thumbs up or something. So we can take the work out of sexual initiation out, and we can start making it fun for both people involved. And we can ease that sting of rejection by stating, why it's not a right time for us right now, owning it, giving another window of opportunity, because we don't want to shut down our partner and make it feel like it's, they're just not sexy enough, they don't turn us on. I mean, if that's true, then that's another conversation to have. But if you are in a nice, healthy, positive, relationship, that shouldn't be the case. It's just like, I just have a lot of things on my mind right now. I need to get more present, decompress. Maybe I just need to go take a bath, and then I'll be ready. And another thing I wanted to talk about with the sexual initiation is that in some couples, there's just one person who always initiates it, and they really want their partner to. So how do you have that talk? How do you bring that up? Well, again, communication, but positive reinforcement. It's really important to communicate to your partner and say, if you initiate sex, I would feel so wanted and desired, and it would really deepen my connection with you. And the way that I would love for you to do this is, X, Y, and Z. So you're giving that person the opportunity, you're setting them up for success. So when, if they are feeling vulnerable, they are feeling afraid, they might be like, okay, I have this little plan. If I do X, Y, and Z, then I most likely won't be turned down, and this would be a good experience. So positive enforcement. So the more positivity that comes out of those actions, the more that each person is going to want to do that for the other person. Now, sometimes our partner, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, we have different sexual initiation things, that way we like to do it, and the way we like to receive it. So if you're a couple that has, two different viewpoints on that, two different preferences, then we each person needs to step out of their comfort zone. You're doing this for the other person because you know that they are really going to love this, and it's going to bring them pleasure and joy. And just like anything else, when something's new, you might feel awkward doing it. If you're not a touchy-feely person, if like random hugs throughout the day are not your thing, but that is your partner's thing, to get them aroused and in the mood for intimacy, then stepping out of your comfort zone and hugging them randomly throughout the day, it might feel awkward because it's not something that you normally do. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get at it, because you'll see that it actually brings them pleasure, and that will light you up as well. So hopefully this little talk about sexual initiation has been helpful, and maybe has eased the sting or the anxiety over initiating sex in your relationship, because it's really important for couples to get this down between themselves. So if there is a time where someone says no, someone doesn't want to, there is that getting shut down thing, experience, it won't feel as icky, and the couple will have the tools on how to navigate through that, because they've talked about this before. So sending you much love and well-being in your sexual initiation.